Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Connect with Bali Fan, and we're here at Islamic University in Uganda, Females Campus, Kabuja. Today we are going to look at still how you can excel, or how companies can excel during and after Corona period in managing their cash. Here with me is Mr. Kida Ziad, the senior accountant, Islamic University in Uganda, Females Campus, Kabuja. You are welcome to Connect with Bali Fan, and please introduce yourself to the public.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa
I
barakatuh.
salute all the viewers on this platform. Known by name is Kida Ziad, a senior accountant at Islamic University in Uganda.
Females Campus, Kabuja. Okay, you know, the economy in Uganda is a little bit not stable sometimes, and people should really mind about how they are using their cash. You can be rich today or this month of July, but what is next after July? That is very important.
Yes.
You can have bags of money at home and you think, I have a lot of cash at home, but are you gaining or you are just spending? So that's what I want to take a look at, to digest and be like, now we need to know, how can companies, organizations, and individuals excel in managing their cash during and the post-corona period?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes.
Now, we know very well that cash is like a blood in the human body. So, cash, without cash in an organization cannot meet its obligation as they forward, as they followed you. In fact, if it is a vehicle, it is like a battery. You know the role of a battery?
Yeah. If the battery is down, you cannot start a vehicle.
So it is there to handle the operating costs as what? As they followed you. So in most cases, as you go wrong in managing your cash, it means you cannot continue to be in what? In the business. That is why, as you have said, that you can be rich even one day or 2 days or a week, the next week when what? You're in a crisis. And that is why they say that it is easy for you to get money, but maintaining
It may be hard.
So for today, let us now see how can you manage your inflows
In it.
and you maintain it for a long period of what?
Time.
Of time, as an organization or an individual. So the first strategy, before you start now managing.
Okay, I think, Mr. Kida, I think, are we starting with individuals or companies?
It cuts across, because now these strategies, if they work for an organization,
They can as well work for
individuals.
Okay, fine, let's go.
Because they say the smallest organization is the family. You know that a family is an organization.
It is. It has sections.
So it's like two people. An organization starts with two.
So the husband is the manager and the wife is the secretary.
Yes.
Operations, manage operations.
Can be even the wife when is the financial controller. So in fact, if you know these skills, it works for organization
and
and
individual.
for individual.
Okay.
As I have said, the family is the smallest organization. So the first strategy we are looking at in preparing the cash budget for incomes and expenditure. Do that. A cash budget is one that details your planning in line with what you expect to receive, or what you receive monthly, and what you spend monthly.
Or based on how you receive it.
You receive it. Because in most cases, let us now start with an individual. You are earning salary every what?
Every month.
Every month. So if you know very well that I'm earning 800,000 every month, what could be your minimum expenditure that fits within the 100,000?
Basing on how you rent, transport,
airtime,
airtime.
So if you exceed, in most cases, if you divert from how much you get without getting another extra income, you will be in trouble. It means that you are what? Overspending.
Yeah.
So on the side of the organization, it becomes easy for you to know, to predict how much do you expect to collect. Because now the most challenge could be, some of the organizations, some of the managers could be, it is hard to pay a cash budget. How do you prepare what? The cash budget in terms of analyzing the income. Here, first of all, let us now give an example. If it is a school, you know already the number of students you have. You say P1, I have this P2, P3, P4. Or if it's a university, every course you know. This course I have. And obviously you must know how much they are supposed to pay. In what? In each term or semester. So it is easier for you to know that if the term they are paying 900,000, so a year they are paying 1.5. If you multiply by the number of students, it will give you how much you expect to get. So that is now we are analyzing how can you predict how much you can get. If you are selling of products, you know how much of your products do you sell monthly, and what is the unit the unit price. So it is a matter of getting your unit price, you multiply it by the number of items that you sell, you get the expected the expected cash. That is expected cash. Let us look at it. Let us analyze annually. But in a year, the organization, you should know that I'm going to receive 2 billion from students. That's your expected. You get? So after knowing your expected, you are supposed to fit within the 2 billion that you are expecting to receive in terms of expenditure. Because where the organization go wrong, they concentrate more on the expenses than the expected income. You see most of the individuals, most of the departments, they are just eager to see that, hey, they have budgeted my vehicle, they have budgeted this, because they are seeing areas, they have areas of interest.
They have added a million, the people are supposed to get fuel.
They have increased the airtime vote. They are looking at areas or travel abroad, but they are not looking on other areas. Do we have money? If you ask such a question,
for all what we are expecting.
If you ask such a question, most of the managers will keep quiet. But now, if you are saying, no, we are going to increase the employees, we need other people to join, now they will start looking for, they have a relative there who is going to apply and get a job. But they don't concentrate more over how much do we have, can we meet the budget. So what could be the appropriate method of managing your cash? Prepare your expenses. In most cases, these expenses you can understand. For example, if you know the employees, you know how many staff they have, and each staff gets how much. Then you can multiply by the 12 months. You know already the allowances they get. So you can forecast the payroll for the whole year, and you know how much you are going to spend in a year. Yes, because already you know the number of staff you have. You said Department of Marketing will have 3, Accounts Department will have 4, the managers will have 3. So you must understand what is the basic of each.
How you go about everything.
What could be the allowances they get. Then you get the gross. That gross, then you can multiply it by the number of months, because we are saying a year. Probably.
Yes,
annually. So it becomes now easy for you to assess already the way to be. Before spending, imagine. Already you know that this year I'm going to spend this much. Already you have asked your colleagues or departments to, in case if you are not recruiting any. Why do you recruit someone when you was not included in what?
In the budget.
In the budget. Now it becomes hard for you to manage. Because
you're going to find ways of how to pay this person you're recruiting.
Yes. So But if you had budgeted very well that this year I'm going to spend 2 billion as well on employment, that's the employment cost. Already you had finished forecast. Then if you go back now to other expenses, like airtime, you can forecast how much they give the bosses. Give 3 months airtime, Airtel, how much? I give MTN 10,000 each every month. Then you compute by the number of what? By the number of months. Therefore now you are trying to forecast to see how much am I going to spend in the whole year. But you haven't reached there.
Okay.
Because some organizations, the mistakes they do, they spend daily. They don't know whether they are in line with the budget or what, because they are not forecasted. So after analyzing your expenses very well, go back and see if you have calculated the wage bill is 1 billion. You have calculated the other costs is coming to 2 billion. What about our income? Could you have started with the cash, with the expected income from your clients? You correlate the two. If they don't balance, you are supposed to go back and see where are you going to get the money from, or which area are you going to reduce,
so that you can fit
in the budget. You must have a balanced budget or cash budget. Not a matter of just indicating everything. You find an organization or individual, I said this year I must construct a house, then after I buy a vehicle, then from there I have to go for wedding and introduction. Then he has not analyzed where is the money coming from. Because I expect you to first analyze. You say I'm getting 800,000 a month, so this it is 12 times 12. Then there's some money I'm expecting from Ziad, I'm demanding. That's what I analyze.
You're making all your calculations.
I have a business at Chikubo, I get this much, then can I construct a house?
Before even
going for construction,
you have to think.
Because that could be the first thing. Even if you are at home, do you prepare your budget? You get?
Or you keep on. This week you're going to eat beef and fish. Next week you go back to your Mukene and Ntura.
Yes. So as the husband, the head of the family, or the financial controller who could be the mom. You ask where do we get the money from? The dad says can provide this much.
A week.
Then you are supposed to fit within that limited what? That limited cash that you have.
The income.
Now we are in COVID. COVID-19 has changed.
People are not watching.
I have a friend who have told him, you know that he didn't know that you can use 10,000 at home. Because he used to spend daily 50,000. He has the money. He told me, do you know that you have realized that even 10,000 is enough? I said, even 5,000.
What if the wife is just tolerant because of the period we're in? You know, sometimes wives can be tolerant, and when we come back to the new normal, she will want to go back to the expenditure they used to really exhibit.
As the income increased.
Of course, she will think like that because you've gone back to your normal ways of working.
It's not going back to the normal ways of working, but the income itself, the income improved. You can't now go back to your normal life of spending when you are not seeing cash flow.
Then that means you have to get an understanding wife.
To make someone understanding, to discuss with him or you discuss with her, such as to analyze the situation. You understand you are earning. So if you understand currently I'm not earning, I can afford 5,000 a day at home. So what does 5,000?
Actually, you're talking about Kameza.
Because now we're saying now for individuals and now organizations. Then you will know how am I going to manage this 5,000.
I'm sending this session to Arafat, Salam Arafat. She's a staff of IUI Yumbari. She needs to understand that before.
That's good. So we are now analyzing our cash budget. That the expected income and the expenditure should equate to 0. You are expecting 2 billion, so also your expenditure should be within 2 billion. Use the actual figures. Here, getting the actual figures of forecasting, you can use analytics, and I have said. You are multiplying by the unit price times the number of way. Then you can know how much am I expecting. If you are earning salary, you know you are getting this much. Times the number. You can know in a year. In fact, in a year, already you are predicted.
What is supposed to
get in a year? Like I know that in a year I'm supposed to get 50 million, depending on how much you earn. Every month. So you are supposed also to fit within. So as an organization, what do I advise? Make this budget for the year. Break it into quarter. Because the quarter
6 months. 6 months.
Quarter you are saying 3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
3 months. So as you break into quarter, for example, you have said you are supposed to receive this much in a year. Break into quarter, such that you can monitor each quarter I'm supposed to spend how much.
Why not half?
It depends what you want. Okay. But in most cases, not to lose track, break this budget into quarter and into a month. From a quarter again, you go back into a monthly monitoring of your budget. Because if you know this month we had budgeted that we are supposed to have 500 million from sales, do we have it? Because the other one was a budget. Do we have it?
This is actual.
This is now our actual. Do we have it? That's now we are comparing the actual and what we had budgeted. So that's now the time you are going to say, what am I going to reserve within this period, this month? This was calculated, we are going to do this. This one will not pass again. Let us reduce to this vote. You get?
Yeah.
So that one will prepare in the budget. It takes us to other mechanism. How could you make your incomes exceed the expenditure? Because it becomes a challenge. That most people, as they see they have 20,000, they want to spend the 20,000.
They eat whole fish.
And tomorrow they remain with
whole chicken and whole goat.
And whole goat. It's not supposed to be like that.
Hey.
So you must now know, how am I going to make the incomes exceed my what? My expenditure. So as an organization here, how do you know that you can end up making losses on your incomes when you don't reconcile them? That the expected money you had expected to receive 2 billion, but you are not receiving it. But when it's other people benefiting. So when do you reconcile your income as a financial manager? Let us now concentrate to give an example of students, a school. There is a school where I went to do audit. And you find, I will not mention the school.
Yeah.
But in most cases, you see that the number of students, the manager now, the owner of the school, is not the actual number of students that are studying within that school.
Are they less or more?
Obviously, they will give you a less number. But then there are more students.
Do you
know that you can have hostels and those students, they are indicated as non-residents?
Yeah, they are residents.
They are residing inside.
Need to go to someone.
They are residing inside, but for you don't. Remember, you had budgeted that you are expecting that much from.
You are budgeting for 80, yet they are 90 or 100.
Because the more you say, no, I have students residing inside. They are 2,000, but yet exceed
2,500.
And then other students they tell you they are not there when they are studying. The DOS has some students because it's the one who registers the students.
They should study.
He registers some students and they are studying as they are reported as day scholars.
Yet they're inside.
They are inside.
The percentage.
So now
we know
the bursar who knows that these are this what? This
students.
So there is money going out. You don't know. So what are we expect now to do? Because now we are managing, as you manage those loopholes, you have a continuous cash flow. We expect you now know how many students do I have? How many students were admitted? We must have a
specific number.
You say, I need to know each student that is admitted. Then, those ones who are coming from outside every day, should sign at the gate.
So that you also get the data.
Then thirdly, every student who is studying should sign the attendance. Every teacher.
You're collecting data.
Every teacher goes in the class, he teaches, he submits. Obviously, they will not know what analytics you are going to do.
Okay.
Then from there, you inform the warden to have records of all students in the hall. And also to have those ones, non-residents, because it is a responsibility for her to know, for him to know that I have this number of students residing out and this. Inform the academic registrar or the DOS to have all records of students. Do analytics. Get the number of students that are owned by the warden, non-residents. Reconcile in the book.
With those at
the gate. Because for you just instructed the security guard, I need every student.
Mukama.
If you will not say you don't have a job. So at the end you will filter out what is saying this one is outside or inside, and you get the difference. Then also the teachers, they will not know that there is those who has arranged.
For them, they are just fulfilling their duties.
Their duties. Then you get, the students that are not on the list of the DOS. You get? Then you can know how many students are missing as non-residents, or they are non-residents when they on what? They're in hostels. They were trying to reconcile our incomes. Then from there, also go extra mile and see, because they are also in accounts department, you may find the other students may not be billed. Either it may be an error made, or it is intentional, it may be fraud. You do another analytics. Get the master list.
What is that master list?
Master list is the whole, now you have reconciled the number of students. And you know I have 3,000 students.
That's the master list.
That's the master list. And the master list in most cases should be owned. If it's a university, it should be owned by academic registrar.
What if it's a secondary school?
If it's a secondary school, the headmaster should have that list and the DOS. That is the director of studies. So as a headmaster themselves, they don't get interested in it. So as the board of directors, they expect if you're a financial controller.
Are you eligible?
Are you eligible to see what is happening there?
Can you predict?
Oh, for you just watch the figures and you see. Because the financial manager, if you present this figure, I don't want to know, but I want to see how did you get what? The figure.
No.
You're telling me you got these sales. I want to know
how did you get the sales? Fine, we know that, yeah, but how?
So if you get now the master list of the students, it's now where we are going to use our method of the unit price. Multiply. Now you are reconciling what the accounts, because even the account section can have errors. You want to test if you are the controller or you are the manager of that unit. You want to test the colleagues whether you are doing the right
thing.
Remember when the budget, you have budget 2 billion. You want to ensure that you get the 2 billion. Because those errors can make you get less. You miss either it is intentional and organization loses a lot of money just in records management. So get records from registry, recompute per student. You say this student was doing.
You can also have the records manager on board.
It is okay,
depending on your ability.
So if you are multiplying the unit cost by the number of students, obviously it will give you how much you expect, and you will visit how much was booked for each course. Because you say produce for me how much you expect from P1. The producer will have this year and this year.
When you have 95 students,
you see on your analysis. So there is a difference. You tell them, I want to know why there is what? A difference.
Okay.
So after reconciling, having such a reconciliation, it becomes easier for you to maintain your expected money. Because already you have said you are expecting 2 billion. If you are dealing in this selling of Uganda buying stock, expect losses to be done from store to the person who is the buyer.
Are you expecting some mishaps in the transit?
So those are the way you are supposed to have interest in. Because people now get products from the store, they bring it to the customer. Because we may have a sales department. They are selling the stock you have. you have stocked. For your interest, could not be you are hiding or just you are looking how much has been collected. But what is the control from store?
The transit between store and
to the customer. Do you know that there is an investigation I did where a businessman was complaining of sales dropping, but I realized that most of the people who are dealing in inventory, in selling, they bring their products there, in the store. They sell their product. It's the same product, and your product remains there. And if you come to count, they remain there.
They are sharing the store.
So they bring their products in. If the customer says, I need these shoes, I need
some of them, they will go and pick
theirs.
You're still connected with and you're analyzing how you can excel during the pandemic and the post-pandemic period. Here with Mr. Kidazia, the senior accountant at Islamic University in Uganda, Females Campus, Kavoja. We are sponsored by Halal Tea. That's why you see these cups. It is a very nice ingredient that you can add in your tea to have an essence and a good aroma. You're all come on board, and we are still connecting in the financial bit of it.
So, in most cases, how do you control your stock? Because it is easy now for you that they are selling their stock instead of selling the organization what? Stock. And for you, they report to you, these days we don't sell.
But remember, for you, you're not there.
Hey, even if you are dealing in chapati, it's possible. He gets his stock. Is it? For you come over and you says, hey, I'm not sold. And you will see them there. Your budget. So you should have now control. How do you reconcile your expected income? As you reconcile your expected income, it will become easier for you to still have continuous cash flow.
And they will not find ways of how to manipulate you.
And hey, that's now the control system that we expect in organizations.
Okay.
For you are dealing in inventory, because we have seen our students, you should know how you're going to reconcile your income. You know that I've stocked this much, and I expect if you are telling me you have sold 2 million, then you convert. You know how many pairs of shoes you have sold, because you know the limit price of each pair. For your control, no one should open the store. Maybe.
Okay, am I supposed to have a concern about the amount of money I've gotten from my products?
Yes. Because now you are supposed to have more concern. You raise more concern on how much am I getting from my product.
Okay.
Because you must now have a reconciliation between the store and the sales. They are saying this month we have sold this much. You must have someone who is in control of that specific store. You get? He will give you a record of how much product has been going out.
Okay. The store manager?
Yeah, the store manager. If we say this time these are the following items that we are going out. Obvious, as a manager, you can know that now these items that have gone out cost this much. Then you can now verify how much they are saying what they received is right. Is right. Because remember, as we are in COVID, everyone now, if you are in the business, everyone now is looking how is he going to survive. So now we expect also organization to cement those gaps. Those gaps to have a continuous cash. Then the second point there, because now we are analyzing, we want to see that our income exceeds. We have left the budget already. We have finished our budget.
Yes.
We want how the income exceeds the expenditure. We have finished. You have a prompt reconciliation. You see, they are saying they are reporting we have sold this. Is it the exact one?
You are following.
You are following. You get? Then we must have who authorizes what. Because we have some organization who have gaps of authorization of expenditure.
Chain of responsibility.
Chain of command. That if it is a requisition, it starts from the user department. The heads of unit has clue about it. It comes to the accounts department. From accounts department, it may have, maybe in accounts department will have internal check there. You have someone who is in charge of payments. He has his tech, maybe a management accountant by that, maybe, let us say. Then from a management accountant, it goes to the senior, to be a senior accountant, to have a clue on it. It goes also to the director. You see, the chain of command.
For approval.
For approval. Oh. So in this area, what are we looking at? We are looking as really the amount requested to what's supposed to be requested. What?
Is there any form of conniving?
Because in most cases, here it's where organization they go wrong. We have staff who create emergency brochure. For them, they wait that they will need it tomorrow. They submit it today or tomorrow in the morning. So it is urgent. It is urgent. We don't have drugs. It is urgent. We don't have stationery. We should not be keen with those transactions in most cases. Because as a proper accounting system, we should have someone who makes a request.
We have the 6 students who need the attention.
There must be fraud. If not fraud, you end up overspending within that line. You get? So another organization of expenditure, we're expecting the accountant to verify, to see. Because it could be procurement of drugs or what? Procurement of stationery. You get? So you are supposed to know, is it the exact price has been what? Quoted? Or you are just basing on paper? Because it is easy to get these papers from the market. And you attach. But yourself, you should have a way. How can you call anyone that has not been quoted here? That's why we said submit 1 week before. Also, you visit the market. You go to someone who is dealing in these drugs.
Take the procurement officer's advice.
You take the procurement officer's advice, but there must be someone who is in charge of considering or verifying these costs.
The invoices.
The invoices. Because someone may be submit the pro forma invoices, is expecting to, let us say we're expecting to spend 8 million. But if you go in the market, idea those products are at 4 M.
So how do you call that person in your accounting language?
No, of calling someone, it will not be that he has made fraud as well. But sometimes also may be that the supplier is overquoting because he knows the organization the supplier has.
It has value. Are you?
Yes. That's how the way also you present yourself to someone, to the seller. They are saying, marketing officer, you are fine. They will increase the prices. And for you come and say, no, this shoes I bought it at 30,000. And
someone will laugh at you.
At you. Yeah, it's 15 or 10. Ignorance of the consumer about the market price.
So you have to camouflage.
Yeah. So you don't know the prices, and for you think you are bought a quality product high. Cool. Yet it is a quality, but it can be bought at a cheaper what?
Price.
Because remember, we are targeting to spend less.
So someone can look at the way you are, your appearance, and they hate the
and they increase the prices. Even on side of organization. Let us give an example of IUIU. If you present now, it is IUIU that wants the product.
Okay.
They say IUIU has a financial muscle. And the way it is in Uganda, females canvas. Yeah. You say he has a financial muscle. So what do you expect now? Also, the supplier may increase the prices. But as an accountant, what are you going to do? You are dealing, remember, with the supplier. Maybe a pre-qualified supplier that you want product from him. Can you go extra mile and get prices from another supplier? Or you go in the market, you call. It is better you incur the fuel, go to the market and the organization saves over 3 million or 2 million. But here, someone who has got a request may give.
Means, please.
And
you be like, now this is an...
It's an emergency. Yet the money is going out. So it's a matter of control. We want to make, as you put those controls, you have a continuous, you accelerate cash. Because how do you remain with cash? You put a guard. How cash could go out. That's why it is easy for, you can go to the bank and deposit money on an account. It is easy. No one will ask you, why are you depositing on female's account?
It is okay.
Yeah, so long as you are withdrawing. That's where now we are seeing. For you have the money, don't spend as if tomorrow you will not be there.
Okay, I understand.
Spend. thinking tomorrow you will not get. Because in most cases, that's why you see salary earners at the end, you'll be poor. Because every month you're expecting a check.
You have that in your mind.
When you just ask, when are you paying? Without now saying how much, if I'm getting 500, how can I sustain 500 and it takes me half of the next month? Because you are looking how you can survive and also save.
So that you can do other things.
Projects to bring in more money. So, authorization of expenditure becomes also political. Who authorizes what? And that's why you should have a line that this one authorizes from this amount to this. This one calls for tender committee. Because we have some procurement, you cannot take a decision as one person. You need a committee to decide.
Because you can decide you can make a wrong decision.
And the organization incur losses.
Okay.
So if you have that procedure that now, from 5 million to this, it can be signed by this manager. From this one to this, it can be signed by this accountant. From this, you get?
Basing on the level of clearance.
You may have even an account. You may have your school, you are not dealing with, you are the director. You create 2 accounts. Another account is just they receive money from. You leave another account where you are spending on.
Okay.
For you to control the other one, you don't want
where they receive from. But for expenditure,
you just invest. What do you want? Because I may be in Kampala, but I'm a financial controller of business in Busia. You get? So you want to know, you can't say now I don't have time to manage my business. There are strategies how we're going to manage this cash. And there's continuity of what? Of operation.
Okay.
Then another one, it could be also the internal check. Internal check will be inside. For you can't have the full authority on a transaction. That must be that work done by one person can be checked by one another. You get?
And you don't lose anything if others check.
You get? Internal check and internal audit.
Some people have problems about that because they say you are delaying transactions, especially in those low organizations.
But it is the only way that you are going to, because it may be an error done, not intentionally, by someone, by a colleague, and it has gone like that. Let us give an example. I have not been doing these analytics. Do you know how much you lose as money? The customer will pay less, for you end up also paying more for expenses. Because there is no one who is checking. You are just processing. You get? There must be someone who checks on you. Even if at home. You live authority, that's why now we see at home as the dad, frequent how do you check on your children?
Even at school, they are performing.
That's what we are looking at. If it is cash management at home, who is the financial controller? You know it is proper to have a financial controller at home.
Because children can have desires every day.
Who is controller and who checks that you are maybe, why are you spending more on buying chicken every day?
Okay.
Because you are looking at survival
for the fittest.
For the fittest. You get?
Deal.
Oh, why are you spending this? Why? So if you have a controller in most cases overseeing others, it becomes easier for you to control the costs and reduce on errors. As you reduce on errors on cash, then you end up now also accelerating cash. You get? Then from there, also the internal check, it calls for internal audit and the external audit for organizations. Frequently, how do you have audits? If the auditor comes, if you're an organization, you should have an auditor. You may not have money to go for big firms that they need more money, but you get someone who is technical to come and visit your business. How are you doing it?
Okay, that's why when we in our media, we have to get those media planners. Though sometimes people, when they're starting their media, they come with their personal ideologies, and you find they're starting businesses and it cannot work because you've left out a professional person who can do your work.
Job.
You're still on Connect with Baliga, our fan. Here with me is Mr. Kidazia. discussing how you can excel during and after Corona period. We are in our last segment, and he is going to wrap up so that we can really get to know. You know, every week you are going to be hosting him here on Connect with Bali, Fun. And we shall have more. Of course, we have a lot to learn. You can go and subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's Kida's Yard. Subscribe and get more information. Yeah, even me, you can go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. A fan MC. Okay?
And they should remember that your admission is too.
Hey! You're right. We're still admitting. Actually, you can call on 0704 741369, or you can WhatsApp that very number 0704 741369. The number's on your screen down there so that you can get your instant admission. We have IUI Females Campus has got low weekend, low evening, and day. So you can visit any of Islamic University in Uganda campuses so that you can really pick your application form. We have Arua campus, we have Mbale main campus, and we have Kampala campus, and those of Masaka Study Center. These are some of the centers that you can visit and be admitted or get application forms. In Mbarara, for Islamic University in Uganda Females Campus, you can go to Mbarara Ikra Mosque or Ikra Foundation at Sheikh Kasule. You can go and pick application forms from there. You can also go to Masaka Chotera, where we have Mr. Senkasi Ibrahim. He can also help you for those admissions. You can go to Kasese. Kasese, we have some of that, but we can go and give those numbers so that you can really make sure that you get fast and clear service for IUIU, Females Campus Kabuja, and some other campuses. Mr. Gide,
yes.
Let's try to wrap up our financial bit in so that we can.
Okay. So on making the income exceed the supply on expenditure, we let us see the last point here. We see you can have also bank reconciliation in accounts department or as a manager. We expect you to reconcile your what? Records. Remember, some organizations, as the customers depositing money on your account, and also the accounts department records that the customers paid. In between there, you must know something may go wrong. How do you reconcile? If you go to the bank and they give you a bank statement, in most cases they have the debit side and the what? And the credit side. So if you go to the bank and you get a bank statement, you find the credit and what? And the debit. In most cases, if you go to deposit money on an account, they will credit your account. If you withdraw money, they will debit the what? The account. So debit or credit. And even here, also your record should have the same. You have a cash book. Also, if the customer deposits the money on your account, you will debit your cash and you credit the customer. Remember, the bank also has credited. You has credited your account. And if you get the money out of your account on the cash book, you are supposed to credit your cash book and debit the expense. So how do you reconcile the two to see whether the money is not good out from your account when you don't know? Because there is a chance that the money can be stolen from your account. And for you know you have 200 million, and yet
you have 95.
95.
So it's good to have many signatories.
No, not as well that you have many signatories, but as you get these two statements, you start ticking. If you have now the debit side of the cash book, let us start with the credit. Because you have deposited the money in the customer's what? The bank has credited your account.
Yes.
And also, you have debited your cash book and you credited the customer. So if you get these two statements, you look at the credit of the banker and you are looking at the debit of the cash book. What is appearing on the banker should be the same money appearing on the debit of your cash book.
Okay.
You see?
You call it
to reconcile the two. Such that for you maybe even the accounts clerk or someone who deals with records, maybe someone who is just in charge of records. He has recorded that ZDK has paid 800,000, but yet it was not 800,000 that went in the bank. Do you know how much you are losing there? Money is going out. Either maybe erroneous the bank and you have to do your account.
Without you knowing.
You have to know and tick the credit of your cash, tick the debit. You see those elements that remains there on the side of the debit. They will be the
now you have to question why.
Why? Because you must have the same records. And that's why now we reconcile. Why did I have money being indicated in my books that they paid?
Yes, I have no clue about it.
No. They are showing the students have paid. Because there is a fraud way which happened to a certain university that I will not mention. That accounts clerk was entering records of the students that they have paid, but money doesn't go to. Money doesn't go to the bank.
Lack of clarity.
Hey.
Deal.
The problem that there was no reconciliation. No one is reconciling.
And no one is caring.
Is caring. To know is really the money for these students went to the bank. Because someone can be receiving money from the students. And for you say, we don't know where is the money going. You don't know that money is being taken by someone else. It's that time that you know. You first question why this money being recorded in my books, yet the bank has not acknowledged it. It may be not even that, but maybe it was deposited on a longer account. For you and they bring a
bank statement,
a bank slip. You take a bank slip to your customer, bring a bank slip and pay. Yet the money has not gone on your account. It may be a forged bank slip from NASA. That's why you avoid these bank slips that the customer has paid. Verify with the bank. Get a bank statement to see that it's actually the money for these students or for these clients has been paid to the what?
To the bank.
To the bank. Because someone can forge bank slips and he brings he has paid. The time you realize it will be too late. You may not even realize. And you are losing money. Remember you had budgeted that I'm going to receive 20 billion. And this money is going out. So there is no control. Therefore, you cannot manage cash without it. There's another point it could be. You could maintain, or you could have a provision for emergency fund. Emergency we're talking of. These things cannot wait. Even if you're a human being, do you know that you can have a problem of 20,000 when you don't have it?
Yet you're worthy
it. And you now suddenly have a person, you have a child who is sick, but I don't have even 50,000. Then you should question how am I spending my money? Okay? How do you create the provision for emergency fund? Some organization you cannot create two accounts. For individual you can go to the bank, you sign a standing order. A standing order, you can negotiate with the bank, you say every month you can redact this much from my salary and you save it on this account. I will not get it for 2 years. That's the emergency fund. Or I will get it when I want it. You seize it for some months, but you can go and give it because it's your money. Oh, for example, other organization for staff that you cannot manage that, you can organize these cash pools or cash loans because it is a first saving. It makes you, because if you say that this month we are supposed to pay a fund 2 million to be deducted from my salary, that money will be out from your salary. And you don't, it is not part, if you are budgeting, don't budget it. It's not part of your money.
Because they're going to pay a fund.
Hey.
Okay.
Then for organizations, you can maintain a minimum balance on your account. If you cannot create a reserve account, you can say, we stop at 100 million. It's that time that you realize you don't have money.
You don't exceed.
You don't exceed. Because you can say 100 million, if you have 100 million on my account, it is my reserve fee, my reserve amount. You don't have money. Therefore, you cannot pay suppliers. Although you have the 100 million. If you don't maintain a minimum balance, it means you cannot accelerate money. Because some organizations, as long as they see money on the account, expenditures goes. How much do you have? Well, 300 million. This is approved. pay him. This is approved. So at the end, 1 month, even week, it was 300 million, you have 5 million.
And you'll be like...
So now there are some months when you reach when you are not receiving money and you start crying. But how? How? Yet, if you are saying that out of the 300 million I have on account, I'm supposed to spend on 150. Then the other one is reserve. I don't touch on it unless there is an emergency. That's maintaining what? A minimum balance on your account. For organization and even you as an individual.
You're using principles.
Principles. You must say, if I am earning 200,000, at least I must have 50,000. Don't start crying for money when you have remained with zero. That's not a right idea. Start crying for the money when you have some money on account. You say, I'm remaining with 200,000. I don't have money. Behave as if you don't have 200,000. Start looking for avenues of looking for money. So at the end, it makes you get other money and you spend, or you inform your creditors that I don't have currently the money, then tackling on the amount you have on account. By the time you spend up to zero, even others go and check ATM, they are just a minimum balance and they go to the bank and they ask, I cannot give you that 10,000. Meaning
when the worst has come to
the ATM we say you have insufficient, you say, I have 10.
But
no!
Is there any way I can pull it down? Oh,
don't reach that level. As you are now struggling, you have received money. Start crying when you have money. That's why in some organization, you cannot say to everyone that we have 50 billion on account. Now everyone will say that they had budgeted to buy land. Let us take this also to go and buy.
Can you make another branch?
And another branch. No. You're supposed to negotiate with some manager that will understand that you disclose, although you disclose less. Say you're at home, you are disclosing everything. You are informing your children. Do you know I have 5 million on account? You will see now. You say now you had told me that you are going to go do this.
The 3-year-old daughter wants to make manicure and pedicure.
You are the one who has announced that I have 5 million on account.
You want to tell me that it's not okay to be telling when
The exact.
You
have.
So
it
if
could
you have
be for only those ones that matter.
So if you have 5 million, it's better you tell her you have 2.
I have 2. I have 2.5. Then the other is a reserve. Because remember, even if you get a problem and you have spent the 2.5, you will not know that one day you spent 2.5. You will be able to say, but you are not solving the problem.
Now I know.
It is that time that you will go to the account and say, okay, now let us use this. That's how they do it.
Okay.
Then the last one could be, but not the list. So the list. Do you have the list of your creditors or debts? You know that individuals accumulating debts is easy, but paying those debts
it's difficult, hard.
Have your debts if you are an individual. I expect you to move your debts everywhere. Have a list in the vehicle. If you have a vehicle, one day you will
have copies.
Don't wait. Let me wait. The day I will get money is when I will visit to see that I find is the money. You will not manage cash wisely. Because remember,
you're in pressure.
Because if you have now 3, you have 10 suppliers demanding you. You must have the list. You say this one is money in this much, this one is money in this much. For you having this list, you can plan, and there are some suppliers that you can delay and remain with some money to use. You say, this one I can pay next week, no pressure. It has taken a few days. This one is on pressure. How am I going to pay? You may be having 2 million. You can't say that I have now my cash 2 million when you have someone who is demanding. Gets a little money from the 2 million you have, pay the little also to your creditor.
Okay.
Because you are going to reduce on what? On the pressure. And you stay in the business. Because someone who that is supplying products and you had promised to pay within a month and currently you don't have. Even there are some people they forget that they are being demanded because they don't have even a list. And when your creditor know that you don't have the actions, you influence. You say no.
I'm demanding 500, yet you're being demanded 300.
You ask him, say, you ask him the creditor, how much am I being demanded? Say, it was But it was 2 billion. You say yes. So it becomes easy for you now to reconcile your records with your creditors.
So you have to note down. That is the point.
Resist your paperwork. Don't get a credit without paperwork.
Okay.
If it's an organization, the procurement process should be filled. Where we must have quotations, the LPO should be signed, the deliveries should be attached, goods should be delivered and should be taken to the store. Then ensure that the storekeeper has received, document, they should be entered in the store records, you get? Then you have a record that this supplier is demanding this much. Also called the supplier, you are demanding 10 million. Is it the amount you know? Because for you maybe knowing 10 million, for him he has recorded 12. And you are paying in installments, it says that there are some money remaining.
Just like, it reminded me days of campus where people used to complain about their landlords. They used to inflate. Remember, you're paying less and you are on your knees. Please, I will pay another day. I know campus students, especially those who are renting, you know very well what I'm talking about. So
at the end, you may not pay the exact amount. You overpay and the money will be going out. And as we have chances of delaying the suppliers, it's also the item that you can also accelerate your cash. Because with cash management, you are seeking strategies. How do you make that you are operating, but money is not going out frequently every day. Because as you analyze and you have records with the supplier, you are communicating with them, don't refuse to pick a call of someone who is demanding you. Because the time that
sometimes you feel pressure.
No. The time you communicate with these people, the time that you can manage the pressure. But the time you refuse to, they will start now coming to your area where you operate.
It's like that, you can call me, you're demanding me, and I tell you, call me on Friday. I'm expecting some Kamani. And then Friday comes, the Kamani.
Don't wait for him to call or her. You had promised to be called on Friday, and you have not got called on Wednesday. You are sort of.
That the person I was expecting some Kamani.
I had promised you to pay on Friday.
But
I've got an emergency.
And then another Friday comes. I'm giving you scenarios where you said,
communicate with them and you go and sit with someone who is demanding you. Will understand.
Okay.
But the more you distance yourself from someone who is demanding, you start now taking other legal actions. And you spend more on legal.
And yet you're supposed to pay again.
So go there and invest. Talk with the supplier. You will understand. Then you end up now paying in installments. If you had promised to pay 1 million, you have got 200, pay. You can take it yourself.
There are those people who are rigid.
No, pay.
They don't need peanuts.
No, pay.
They say I'm not going to use anything out of the money you're giving me.
Also, even if it goes in the court, if it's a legal issue, they just assess.
So you pay and
they assess, has the credit accepted to pay? Because legal, someone will accept that you are demanding me, and have accepted to pay in installments.
Okay.
You accept.
Okay. When you go to the court, you are in finance about you're an accountant and see. When you go to the court, do they give you how you're supposed to pay?
A payment plan.
Payment plan.
Because what I expect legally, because now we do business law, what a customer you are supposed to accept. If you have gone in the court of law and they are saying I'm demanding you 2 million, is there proof? Those are the paperwork that we have been talking about. Someone will send the LPO, he said he ordered this much, I delivered, he received it. Those are binding documents in the courts of law. Because they are contract agreements. You get?
Yes.
So, for you to accept, yes, I received the product of 10 million, but I was expecting money, which I have not received within a month they had expected me to pay. But however, I promise that I will be paying in installments. The court cannot say that, no, you go in jail. You are supposed to be paying until you clear what? You clear the debt.
Okay.
You get? So at the time you clear your debt, you can't say that debt will be over.
Okay.
So another one could be we purchase in bulk and we spend less or we spend small. How do you purchase in bulk? Even if you are at home, avoid buying this daily procurement. Purchase tomatoes daily, charcoals daily, Butunguru daily. Rice daily. You spend more money than if you have 50,000. You tell them that 10 kilograms of rice will take you for a month or 2 months. That's why you spend sparingly, although you are bought in bulk. You get? So that one, within that period, you will not be spending on rice. You relax a bit. You set tomatoes, oil, every day that you need 5,000. It will reach a day when you don't have. For organization, buy in bulk stock, but spend sparingly. You get? Because now if you say, we're going in emergency procurement, it's risky. It's where now money will be going out every day. But you say, I'm buying stationery for the whole semester. But now analyze each department needs how many rooms to spend in a semester or in a month. So that it was for a semester, but if you use it sparingly, you end up going into another what? Semester using on the same what? Using on the same stock. You get? Here, so we expect that you should have a proper count of the inventories. One who is in store, because also you can make losses in between there. You end up all items going from store and going to other businesses. Not your organization what? Business. So you should have controls. Item to go out of the store must be a requisition, approved by who? Be a director, verified.
Headmaster.
Verified by an accountant. Such that for a store manager doesn't have powers to release anything without approval.
Okay.
Also, as a council department, we expect you to have record of the same. You know that this semester we are bought station worth this, and you have the breakdown. When you reconcile with the person who is in the store monthly, because we expect the person who is in the store that is going to submit records of how he's spending or leasing out. Then also you reduce on the inventory as an asset in your books of accounts. So it becomes easy that as you buy inventory, the accountant or the accounts department should recognize an asset. Don't expense that were bought stationery. Because it's an asset, it's an inventory. Then the store also will recognize the receipt. They have received product in store. Monitor how are we spending on these inventories. Requisition must be prepared to go to the store manager to release after approval. Then at the end of the month, we expect the storekeeper to submit the expenditure he has made on the inventory. Verify them as an accountant.
To see whether they reconcile.
Pass them on your system to reduce also how much you're expecting the store to have.
Okay.
Then at the end, monthly, you can have abrupt stock taking, or 2 months, or 3, or quarterly. You can go there and verify the store to see whether what you expect as the balance is what exists in what?
Fire!
In the store. At the end, you end up getting variances that the store manager is reporting wrongly.
Okay.
Maybe he's saying you will have less, yet you're supposed to have
more.
You ask where
did this go?
You get?
I know.
Hey, so now in this COVID season, we expect that you don't buy in installments, but again don't overstock. Because you end up now overstocking. For those ones that are dealing in what? In buying and selling of products.
Especially you can even overstock things that can go bad.
You get? But we are saying that because sometimes organization for businessmen you end up overstocking and yet you have got them on credit. You are increasing your liabilities. So you see, if you have been taking 3 containers, you can resort to 1. But you don't buy again in installments. Because as you buy in installments, you end up what? Overspending as you are in the long run. You end up overspending. Maybe lastly, we should see that we don't be in a comfortable zone in the current financial situation you have.
Okay, especially in this.
Because there are some people you have some money, or your business has been booming. Or it's because we have some business currently also they are booming. Although it is in COVID. When the COVID has just created an opportunity for them. There are some businesses.
So people are failing and others are really enriching themselves.
Maybe in drugs or what. They are saying their drugs is on the market. You get? So if you be on a comfort zone, you don't
seated.
You don't look for other opportunities
okay.
how you are going to get. Because maybe that you have a school, you have 200 students or 2,000 students. For you know that now it is okay, it is normal. That's the time you are supposed to interact with organizations that are better than you. That's the time you are supposed to interact with, to surround yourself with financial analysts, financial advisors, people who are better than you. In fact, the more you get 200,000 in your pocket, on your account, it's the time you are supposed to interact with someone who has 1 million, whom you think is better than you. Not a person again, whom you think also you are better than.
Oh, you're going to get nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Surround yourself with people who have ideas. It's an organization. That's the time. That was when you are boosting again, you are saying, maybe I'm in a comfortable zone. It's that time you are supposed to look for more opportunities. How can I divert because from one source? Because you may be having one source of earning. For example, you are earning salary. How can I divert? How can you make up a backup? On 800 I'm getting every month. Can I start selling chapati? Can I start selling tomatoes? Because you are getting out of the 800. How much can you save and start a business? If you're an organization, can you start a small business? For example, because some organizations, they have the internal market already. They have the clients themselves. Let us give an example. You have a shop, a retail shop. Do you know that if you buy this machine that makes popcorn, you can make money? If the customer comes to buy oil, you can give him popcorn. You have a shop. Some shops that are busy wholesale and what? And you know the customer will come to buy and they need the food. And again you ask, you tell them, you go and buy there, they sell good chips. That when you have a gap, when you can get someone and start making chips, chips. Well, because you know that.
I think that's being a good-hearted person.
No.
That you're trying to show people.
No. That's right. Because already you know the customer, the type of the customer you are dealing with. You corporate customer, you say now they need this. You have someone who makes juice. Instead of getting it from out, it's the same organization giving juice.
Okay, it's about being innovative.
You have now a school. You have market even if you now innovate your farm. You start producing and you sell your product, your staff can work, you reduce on your capital, on salary, on wage bill. Let us give an example. You are producing milk. You cannot fail to get market for milk when you have students, you have staff, and you say staff who needs milk. A liter what is a liter is 1,500 or 1,200. You can build that from your salary. Monthly. They will consume. And for you at the end, you just go and you use on his net. And it becomes an income on your side and you reduce the expenditure.
Like someone who said a zero meso.
You have maize. You are growing maize, cassava, what? You have already the market, but you are not using it as an opportunity.
Okay.
You get? Then it becomes easier for you to search for opportunity to use the same. Even if you say now, I have a school, I can start a small supermarket within.
Your own school?
A school inside you have.
And your own supermarket?
A supermarket.
On your own money?
On your own money. You own a canteen. You know how much you will be getting for
That's what my former ally school is doing. That's Kited. That's what they're doing.
Everything is for the school. So you see that now he's using the internal market to get extra income.
Okay.
He's not going everywhere that he's going to other businesses. But first understand, what can we do? If we manage, we bring a supermarket, a small supermarket, a shopping center. You have students. You sell at a affordable price. They will come. You have milk, you are supplying, you have a farm, vegetables to staff. On credit, don't mind them taking on credit.
Let them take. You are deducting. So at the end, you'll be now getting more money on the farm and you are reducing on your expenditure on wage bill. I understand.
Because someone who said of taking 200,000 as net pay, we end up taking what? Less. Then decide on that. Also look at it. Because remember, you may have factors that are limiting your earning as an organization. That you are budgeted more money but in between there are limiting factors that can make you not receive the same. If you are concentrating on schools where students are going for dead years, they will not manage to pay. So what do you expect now here as managers to concentrate on? Can you look for scholarship for these students that are going to fail? Then the number dropping.
Okay.
You get? So we see that after understanding that this will be my limiting factor, I've budgeted 2 billion, but I may end up receiving less
because of those
factors. One, if it is a school, students fail to pay, they drop out.
Others die.
So they have some factors.
It's very hard for students to die.
No, they can die.
That's what we thought.
But those are a few factors that you cannot have all of them die at the same time. 200 in a semester. It is not possible. Maybe there must be a big problem.
That's what we thought when we are very comfortable that we cannot die.
But here, we are looking at how we are going to solicit finances for this failure rates. We say now let us look for scholarship for this one that cannot pay.
Okay.
This one are being they are failing to do what? To raise tuition. You look for scholarship. You look for grants as an organization. Because we have those funders that are looking, they can fund. Again, don't give scholarship to people who can afford it to pay. Analyze and say, these are the failure rate every year. Because you can see the students struggling with paying out the money.
Okay.
So you can know that this deserves to be given what? To be given what? The scholarship. And that money will be demanded from those funders. You get me? So even if it's for a small organization that you are dealing with selling of products, you know the character of your customers. And those ones, you do for me the price. I want to take this, but I have small.
Indeed.
Why do you lose the money?
Really?
Yeah. Someone is saying, you have said it is 2,000 each. But I don't have.
Okay, Mr. Kida.
Okay.
You know, the producer is trying to really tell us, and can you please wrap up in 1 minute? And
Okay. In fact, I have concluded.
Okay. Actually, Mr. Kida is a lecturer at IUF campus. You teaching?
Financial management and accounting papers, intermediate, all papers of accounting, all papers in fact of finance.
Why don't you just come and be part of Islamic University in Uganda Females Campus, Kabuja? Or you can also go and apply Mbale Campus, Kampala Campus, Arua. But as we told you, we are focusing on Females Campus, Kabuja. This time, we want to elevate the values of the girl child. Remember, we are here for you and we are not leaving. We're not going anywhere. Anyway, thank you for watching Connect with Baliga Fun. Have a good night. MC Pilau, ya wende kukamera.
Senior producer.
Senior producer.